For this video, I really want to highlight the anti-discrimination laws in the US and how they pertain to the LGBTQ community. We were hearing a lot more about this issue in 2016, but as of right now, I haven't heard much about it. So the part you probably have heard about this story is that in 2016, the people of Charlotte, North Carolina were looking for some legal protections and rights for the LGBTQ community. And as a result, North Carolina state legislators passed the House Bill 2, which forced transgender people to use the bathroom that corresponds with the sex on their birth certificate as opposed to their gender identity. This caused a huge uproar, and that was what was being played out in the news during the time over the summer of 2016. But what I didn't hear much about was that the House Bill 2 was repealed and it was actually replaced by another bill that was supposed to be a compromise, but it's not really a compromise. Compromise bill called House Bill 142 added a ban on local governments from creating or amending non-discrimination laws until 2020. So just a bit of background, the reason that this compromise bill is so damaging is that North Carolina doesn't include sexual orientation or gender identity as a protected class in their anti-discrimination laws. So now not only is it allowed to discriminate against the LGBTQ community, but any local government that is now looking to change anti-discrimination laws can't do so until 2020. I'm surprised that I haven't heard much about this issue. It seems that since House Bill 2 was passed, that's when people were talking about this issue, and now they're not. But this is a large issue, especially considering that Arkansas and Tennessee have very similar bills that forbid any local government from changing the anti-discrimination laws, and both of those states also don't have sexual orientation or gender identity within their anti-discrimination laws. It wasn't until I did research that I realized how bad this issue actually is. Employment non-discrimination law covers sexual orientation and gender identity in only 20 states. So 28 states don't have any employment non-discrimination law covering sexual orientation or gender identity. Laws have been put into place for many years. Minnesota was actually the first state to allow gender identity in anti-discrimination laws. So in over half of the country, it's legal to deny someone a job because of their sexual orientation or gender identity, which is just ridiculous to me. 2 states actually include sexual orientation but not gender identity. Laws have been put into place for many years. Minnesota was actually the first state to allow gender identity in anti-discrimination laws in 1993. Even though that was put into place 20 years ago, there are still over half of the states in the US that don't have that anti-discrimination law. I believe that news outlets aren't covering this issue as well as they can because, like I said, this is kind of an old issue. Anti-discrimination laws have been there for so many years, and it's just not something that is new news that media sites would like to cover, especially after 2016 with the bathroom bills. That was really the last time that I heard about this. So it could just be an issue of people are bored of hearing about this topic, which is really sad to think about. I think that media outlets should definitely keep this issue in the spotlight, especially in states where they don't have these anti-discrimination laws, because it's important that these things get put into place. I'm sure there are tons of people that want them to be put into place. It's hard to keep these types of issues in the spotlight because not a ton of advancements have been made surrounding this issue, so it's just not interesting for people to read in the news. I think it's still very important that we keep this issue in the media because maybe people are uninformed about it, they don't know that these laws are put into place, and just getting the word out there will help to change them. I think it's still very important that we keep this issue in the media because maybe people are uninformed about it, they don't know that these laws are put into place, and just getting the word out there will help to change them.